is why, because of color, it became this thing that our white friends, even them, they did not want to mix up with us, because they noticed all those kinds of things that were also happening, even our limitations that we had, because we are going to limit them, same as the one that you work with is the one that you will most likely be like. Better ways are hard to let go, different goals. Yeah, it was those days. And then during that time when we had to go to school now, during the Sarafina's times, those times, the reason why Mandela is saying education is the key to success. It is that part whereby kids had to be taken from their homes to go to school and all those kinds of things, so that they can obtain the knowledge of the heavens, which the heavens is saying it as if it is a curse or a bad thing to you, because you do not want it. That is why even now, hunters, even nowadays, they still have a problem, and it still is a problem, as if God is punishing them when they have to obtain the knowledge of the heavens. That is why the angels also had to be blamed for that part there too, because of the consequences of those things that the angels forced to do. And so during those times, that is why when it came to languages and all those things that had to be learned, it was this thing that measures had to be taken, that okay, it's fine, you can avoid learning this and this and this and that, but you had to obtain all those things. That is why Africans at the end, it had to be cancelled. And you working in the lower places, it is because of you were not equipped with that knowledge. You had to start from the bottom where they started, because you can't start from the top and expect to be the best. It is those kinds of things. That is why nowadays you are allowed to do all those things and still learn, because it is what they wanted to do. It is only because of jealousy and your perception about and all around these things. And those needles during those times, they were expensive enough for those cattle as they were traded all around here. And so basically, to us as hunters, what we were going to do with this land, if we were going to fence it, we were going to fence it and just fence it, so that we will protect the cattle that are around there, so that they don't fall into the oceans and all those kinds of things. And then that will be it. And so our white friends still, they would have bought it if it was the case. And still the same thing there. That is why even now we all know English, and others are still having that thing of English is not my mother's tongue. It is those kinds of things that you tell to yourself, those kinds of things that are still left behind when you are living your lives. Though those things were fought for them to be fought for, it was this thing of you misunderstanding each other's purposes, not knowing what really happened there. Yeah, that is why they did not want you to have babies of their seed. It's those kinds of things. Otherwise, on that part, I think it is well explained. There's no need to go further in details, because you just had to get that eye on that part there, because you know what happened there. Otherwise, cool.